Start recording. Cool. Fuck. Welcome to the motherfucking shit.
Oh my god, if I told you how long it took us to get here.
This is the shit episode where we fuck and suck.
How you're fucking and sucking.
I think that's what the episode's really all about. So, you're probably asking yourself, what kind of show is this? Fuck you. That's what kind of show this is.
It's about time we fucking said it. Jesus.
Jesus fucking Christ. Here we are on the very first episode of Messed Up, the show where we get messed up and watch messed up shit, and where every one of our live streams gets fucking messed up, and we do this 800 times. Halloween episode, everybody. Halloween is fucking here.
It's
apparently.
here, it's queer, it's now.
And it's not going fucking anywhere. And that's the damn truth. So, Jonathan, let's get right into it. We're going to have an appetizer for you people, video. We play it before our main video of the night.
Hell
and
yeah.
we're just going to talk shit and get fucked up. And hope the next episode's better. This...
Woo!
Woo! This video is of a right-wing talk show host talking to the Republican candidate of Pennsylvania and talking about why it's important to vote for him over the Democratic candidate in Pennsylvania, Josh Shapiro. No relation
wow.
to Ben Shapiro.
Really? No relation to Ben Shapiro? Wait. Josh Shapiro, right?
Yes.
Is he related to Ben Shapiro at all?
Fuck no.
Thank
he isn't.
Christ. Fuck that guy.
Fuck.
Fucking all my homies hate Ben.
All my homies hate John fucking Shapiro.
John Shapiro?
Josh. Okay, here's what Josh stands for.
Yeah, lay it on me. What does Josh stand for?
Okay, he's trying to reform police training to
Hell yeah.
go over racial biases.
Yeah.
He's trying to help lower bail and reducing sentencing for low-level criminals like people selling weed, probably because that also really affects African-American people. And cracking down on the gun show loophole where people can get their hands on a gun at a gun show or in some sort of semi-unillegal matter that is legal by the state, and then also they have a gun that's unaccounted for. Orwellian if you want to go down that conservative Alex Jones route, or not if you want to go down that other route that people think they're normal, which I do because I believe that, and I think you're crazy, but you might be right even though you're crazy, and I'm probably gaslighting both of us. Here's a fucking talk show clip of this guy fucking talking and about everything I just mentioned. So let's check that out. We're gonna get rid of this and then us. And just like that. Okay, so we all remember what I just talked about, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's listen to what he has to say.
Well, people like Josh Shapiro, I will say it, you can't, but he's a villain. He's focusing on things that are monstrous. This is not, well, we differ. This is evil, ladies and gentlemen.
So,
Yeah.
right off the bat, he's a monster. He's evil. He's focusing on evil things. Literally, his entire main platform that I read were those bullet points I put down. He's like trying to reduce crime, and all he's literally trying to do is introduce like liberal rehabilitation and distribution of certain wells and stuff. He's just trying to do that to make everyone better. And this guy's talking about it. He literally says he's a monster and he's trying to do evil things. And there's more. It's so good.
And you have a vote, and if you don't tell everyone you know in the state of Pennsylvania to vote for Doug Mastriano and against Josh Shapiro, you are aiding and abetting a horror story.
A horror story. It's always like some big scary thing, like if you don't vote Republican, they'll get you.
No,
Whatever that
dude.
means. Like what gets you how? They'll give you social program. You'll fucking like live a decent life, it's gonna fucking get ya.
No, seriously. Like, one thing I think is interesting is these conservative type folks really adhere to this sort of like way of going about things. But they're also usually have that part in them that's like, I'm going to sleep with the most women and secretly do the most drugs. Like,
Yeah.
and those things are very antithetical to each other, I feel like. But let's see what else he has to say about Josh Shapiro.
People are being murdered. If you ever meet someone who has had a loved one murdered, it doesn't get worse when the government cannot protect us from violent crime. That's as basic as it gets. Violent crime. And not only is Josh Shapiro, Doug Mastriano's opponent, not protecting the people of Pennsylvania from violent crime, his policies have aided and abetted it. It's the sort of thing, it's like out of a comic book. This is villainy. This is evil. And the only thing that has to happen is, folks, you need to get into that voting booth and you need to tell everyone you know, because this is literally lives are at stake. If a year from now a relative of yours is murdered and you didn't vote, you're gonna think, well, maybe I should have voted.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Whoa. That's the real kicker. No, that's when it really comes in. Is with that line. And we all know what he's talking about. Like, look at this guy. We don't know what he's talking about when he talks about violent crime. We all know what he means by that. Look at this guy.
Yeah, I don't know what to deal with this guy.
Dude, he said he's a murderer. His policies are literally just trying to clean up, like, violent inequalities and violence in general and stuff like that.
Yeah, real violence.
Real fucking violence. Like, even this guy would probably be like, what about black on black crime, for example? It's like a black kid kills a black kid in a fucked up crazy neighborhood like this. Obviously that's illegal and horrible, but you can't. A lot of people like to use that stuff. Like, you've probably heard of the people being being like, oh, there's a small percentage of African Americans in the United States, but an overwhelming majority of them commit crimes or whatever. And then they just leave it at that. But they don't think about the fact, like poverty plays a big deal, education plays a big deal.
Yes.
And also does a distrust of authority when your ancestral line has been subjugated since the dawn of the country that you walk the soil of.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just one of those things. It's like people use it to mean one thing but don't look at the other things. But even most people nowadays would recognize that, like, to some extent. But this is a guy that goes so over the top. Like, the people who are listening to this guy and believe him are old people. They're probably like old people.
Yeah.
And so when they hear him say something like this, like, it's literally evil, it's tyranny, and if you vote for him, you're voting for evil and murder and whatever else. And he's like, and then he tries to guilt trip you, like, think about Jesus. Like, literally though, like, think about this fucking atrocity. Like, if you don't vote for him, think about your family getting killed. Yeah. And that sort of emotional manipulation.
It really is, because it's, if your whole fucking family's fucking murdered to shit next year, you better be fucking feeling sorry because you didn't get out to the polls and vote. Like, fuck you, dick shit. I'm sorry, but, like, what an asshole, man.
Dude, and he's like, he's not saying if you didn't get out and vote either. He's like, if you didn't get out and vote for this Republican candidate.
Yeah, no shit.
The other guy sounds like, and if I'm not trying to be biased, because I'm not trying to draw lines, I'm not trying to read this guy's campaign and being like, oh, this guy tells me that he's liberal, he's going to do everything he talks about.
Totally.
I immediately support him.
Yeah.
I can't do that. But, he was saying those things, and he's trying to run off those things. Whether he believes them or not, or he's actually going to do them or not, I don't know. But that's what he says he believes, and it's like media. It's like popcorn, like it's useless. But then this is a guy who looks at that and talks about how monstrous it is. Anyways, you guys, that's the right-wing bullshit segment, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Next up in the fucking very podcast that you're watching. Is it a podcast? It's more like a live stream.
It's a dead stream.
A dead stream?
Yeah.
What the fuck do you mean, man? We're trying to get this shit living.
Yeah. But it's Halloween, dude.
That was a bunch of esoteric riddle bullshit. I'm just kidding. Next up, this is the main course of the night. That's
Ooh.
right, you guys. You're already on the main course of the night.
Wow.
Which is it's probably a little crazy considering the fact that this is the first episode and it's going by so quick. Trust us, it was much better when we didn't have to do it 1,000 times. But we have to. This is the only day we got before October's over, so we gotta watch this shit. And what better way to end it off with a personal favorite genre of mine, the VHS Christian scare films.
It's some good shit.
Shout out to Demon Occult Cassette, the YouTube channel. Uploads all sorts of obscure VHS weird shit like this. It's incredible. This one, however, is a semi-famous ones in people who run in the communities that pay attention to that weird shit. And it's called, and there's a whole series, it's called the Pagan Invasion series, which sounds fucking awesome.
It does sound awesome.
Like, the Pagan Invasion. It's like, fuck yeah.
The Pagan Invasion.
Fuck the Pagan Invasion. It's wild.
The Pagan Invasion.
Dude, can you believe also that this whole time that we've been sitting here talking about this fucking asshole's been looking at us?
Dude, This guy.
Dude, this guy's eyes go in separate directions, I feel like.
Dude.
He kind of looks like... He looks like a newt. Like, they don't go in separate directions, but they're so far apart on his head.
Oh, God. He looks...
He's a lizard!
Yeah. Lizard man.
This motherfucker's a lizard, bro.
Fucking dollar store Bill O'Reilly motherfucker.
Dude, the fucking Dollar fucking Tree Bill O'Reilly. Dude, it's not even that, man. He's even worse than Dollar Tree Bill O'Reilly.
Fucking Wish.com Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, man. I wish... That's something I'll have to pull up in one of the future episodes. Is some, like, vintage Bill O'Reilly bullshit videos.
Oh, there's a lot of those.
There's a couple... Even from, like, 2014 and 15.
Oh, yeah.
He was saying some of the funniest shit
Dude,
I've ever heard.
we could just watch the entire O'Reilly Factor. Just all of it. Because there's so much of it. I mean, woo! And we could just die watching that.
We gotta watch... he did an interview with Marilyn Manson a little bit after Columbine happened.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking awkward. And he's like talking all this crazy shit and Marilyn Manson's like laughing, but in a way that's not like I'm trying to troll you and be edgy. It's in a way that like I'm super high and I can't believe you're saying this shit to me. Like he's got that look on his face like well he's on there and he's trying to be serious. It's kind of wild. I do remember there used to be a classic clip of like the O'Reilly Factor when they would have their panel meeting where they would all like talk and there was a panel of people.
Uh-huh.
And it was during the weed issue. And at this time, this is like 2014, this ain't that long ago, Bill O'Reilly's on Fox News saying, "We know that weed leads to deaths. We know that weed," and somebody's like, "No, weed doesn't lead to deaths. That's a fucking misstudied thing.
Yeah.
That's like fake news. That's completely fucking doctored. Like that's 100% incorrect. Every single one of these cases provenly died from a harsher drug, but also had weed in their system, and it was blamed on that." And Bill O'Reilly's on Fox News in 2014, not even that long ago, saying smoking weed leads to death, as if that's a fact. On a news show.
Wow.
Like, news is supposed to be respectable, man.
Yeah, and, well, it should at least be truthful.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm just thinking, like, back in the day, like, journalists.
Yeah.
Like, early journalists.
Yeah.
Like, the fucking most legendary ones of all time. Like, was Howard Hughes a journalist?
Oh, no.
He was a pilot, right?
Well, for a lack of better words, sure, but let's not pay attention to all of his great achievements in aviation and
Well, literally,
airline businesses, and it's a whole thing.
he's a whole airplane business tycoon.
Yeah, like for real, he like built planes. And do you know about the Spruce Goose?
I used to.
Yeah.
God damn, I can't grasp the memory, but I used to know what that was.
The Spruce Goose is like this. It's like a huge wooden airplane. It's like a boat plane, you know, and at the time it was like the biggest plane in the world, and it flew for like 11 seconds or some bullshit. I don't know. But yeah, that's like his big achievement. Then he went crazy.
That's
And
the only
then-
thing I know about him is that he lost his fucking
Yeah,
shit.
well, he went crazy in like the fucking 60s and 70s, but he was still running businesses and everything like until he died.
And people were trying to get interviews of him. They're
And
trying
he was
to
like
see
all
him.
bearded, and he wore tissue boxes as shoes.
Why was he such a star that like that was they cared about him when he was dying in a fucking hotel room?
Because
like,
he
weirdo.
still had a bunch of business. I mean, he had an airline until after he died, like all kinds of shit. His name was still relevant.
I guess that's true. He's like the Wright brothers and then him.
I guess I don't know.
I don't know either. we've been talking for 20 years. Let's get into our feature film, our feature presentation for the night. This is called Pagan Invasion.
The Pagan Invasion.
Let's fucking do this shit.
The Pagan Invasion.
The pagan invasion.
Dude, wait. Oh my god. This is gonna be a legendary experience. I can already feel it. Oh, I'm gonna start it over. Make sure the audio is sounding good.
The Pagan Invasion is an explosive new 13-part video series.
It's explosive!
Yeah, it is.
It's an
13
Is that what he said? Did this motherfucker say 13 parts?
Oh my god. It better only be like 10 pages each. Jesus.
Holy shit. I swear to God, this motherfucker... I can't believe this. We're 4 seconds in, literally.
Providing a thorough behind-the-scenes examination of today's New Age movement and neo-pagan revival. Each superbly produced volume features rare footage from around the world, along with expert analysis by noted Christian leaders and authors.
I'm sure it's a very expert analysis.
Yeah, it's not like them just being like, Satan's bad or some bullshit. You know, these guys are probably just pushing some sort of agenda
Truth.
that follows to their religion.
Truth.
To get people to convert to it.
Truth.
So that they'll give them money.
Preach, my brother,
Oh
preach!
my God!
Oh my god. Why is this thing so fucking damn loud? Can we do any... Oh god, I shouldn't even touch it. We've had so many fucking
You know what you
problems.
doing? That's a time bomb.
How about this? This one sounds pretty good.
But I can't hear myself at all.
There you are, though. Do you hear you?
Do I? Oh, I'm just over here. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm over here.
All right. That
That's kind of
works.
cool. I dig that.
Yeah.
Wow, I can hear so much better.
Oh yeah, that works. All right.
Dude, we should have had this shit going from the beginning.
Dude, we should have been fucking maybe doing a better job from the start.
Dude, we should have been doing a better podcast. The podcast is actually good. It just
Top
hasn't
enough.
got. It just hasn't got good yet.
Top 10 podcasts. This is like number 0. Like it's not even on the list.
We wrote the list to try and get some clout.
Yeah, dude. Number 1. I don't know.
I don't fucking know.
Oh.
Pagan Invasion. We gotta
Put
get
that
back
shit
to it.
back on.
For more information, contact your local Christian bookstore or
Oh my god. What do you think that number is now?
It's probably for like a cruise line.
I'm thinking it's definitely like a fuck line. Like it's
You want
like
to call it?
I do.
I'll pull my phone out right now and call it.
Let's do it. Let's find out.
We should. We owe it to ourselves. And
This is
everyone
what
else.
this old Christian fucking number leads to. If you put this video on for your kids for whatever goddamn reason nowadays and they call this number, this is what it is, and we're about to find out.
Yeah.
My money's on it's a phone sex line. I swear to God, it's definitely a phone fuck line.
Alright, I'm putting speaker on.
Let's do it.
Thank you for calling CarShield, America's #1 auto protection company.
Car Shield.
In order to generate a free no
CarShield.
obligation quote, all you have to do is answer a few simple questions.
Alright.
For quality assurance
I don't know if you
purposes,
should do this.
call may be recorded.
Wait,
It
if
looks like
it's a
you are
person,
calling
let's
from
do it. I have to
Vinny.
beep this out.
Yeah, that's the end of that. We'll get rid of that.
It'll cut. Cause it's gotta be edited anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Alright.
we're only 21 seconds into a 41-minute.
Jesus.
Fucking video. Let's get back to it.
call 1-800-828-2290.
Back to the game.
California residents call 1-800-633-0869.
Oh, if you're in California, it's different.
Whoa.
What is this early CGI? Cutting edge films.
It's kind of cool looking, except for the font.
it does look a little bit like Fuck City. Who are we in association with tonight?
Oh, come on.
A trumpet! JF! Jeremiah Films! Jeremiah, like, in the fucking Bible.
Oh shit. Beer
Oh my god.
I fucking wet myself.
You know what they say about when not a beer, but when a wheat beverage gets spilled? You know what they say?
What do they say?
They say at that point, you smoke some pumpkin.
Whoa, shit. That's a good idea.
Fucking A. Yeah.
Yeah.
I expected this podcast. I mean, we started off in such a rush that I genuinely expected this podcast to be very short. But at the rate that we're fucking jamming through this video, this is gonna be like a fucking 3-hour long show.
It never ends.
And I'm cool with it, if I'm being fair.
Cool.
He's cool with it.
No more Reese's Pieces.
Fuck Reese's. We gotta watch this. Look at this shit. What is this Crystal Kingdom, man?
Dude, this is
This is psychedelic, man.
dope.
Fantasy-esque. It's the pagan invasion, dude.
I'm alright with this. I like
Dude.
the music.
Wait, do they live in a fucking castle? Is that where we're gonna find our Christians? Damn, this shit rocks, man. What is this, the Phantasm theme song?
Yeah, what's this, the Fantastic Four?
What is this, the Phantasm 4?
Is this Shrek?
Damn, bro.
It
This
kinda
looks like fucking
It
Shrek.
looks like Shrek.
I was thinking about it on Mystical, like, you gave them even less credit.
It looks like
The drawbridge. Wait a minute. These motherfuckers. Wait, hold on. Yeah! The pagan invasion.
Pagan invasion. The pagan invasion.
Wait.
oh shit.
What is this, RuneScape?
Oh
Old school RuneScape fucking bangs.
you guys slap. What?
Wait, holy shit, this is epic. Oh my god, nerds!
What's going on, furries?
Furries, nerds, Wicca girls, and emo school. Shit, he's got a gun, bro. I'm scared. What's God gonna think about this? Stonehenge? Oh my god, light up!
Yeah, homie's got some cool glasses. He's just like, hey, check out my glasses. Like, thanks, dude. That's sweet. Thanks for showing me that.
African statues.
Is she like making out with a knife?
Halloween store. That looks like a cool pamphlet. I'd read it.
Yeah, that's the shit you see in like a JCPenney bathroom.
Wait, hold up. It's getting epic.
Trick or treat.
Hello, I'm Chuck Smith.
And I'm
Whoa,
Carol
wait.
Matriciana.
Okay, pause
Welcome
this
to
shit. Pause this
edition of
shit.
The Pagan Invasion.
I'm
Oh my
trying.
god.
Halloween is a festival.
Oh my
Alright.
god.
I was expecting some sort of cool ass motherfuckers to show up sitting on the seats. And you're telling me like, what the who the fuck even is this guy? Like,
The Carpenters with cancer.
dude, nah, dude, the Carpenters are cool.
That's true.
These guys are like the fucking
The Sharpenders.
the
man.
Sharpenders. They're the fucking losers.
Well, let's go back to their introduction.
All right, let's listen
Maybe
to it.
misinterpreted their first appearance, and you guys just got off to the wrong foot.
All right, I'll listen to him. What did that say?
Halloween is a
Holy shit, fuck you.
Hello, I'm Chuck Smith.
And I'm Carol Matriciana.
Carol.
Carol Matriciana.
Welcome.
Carol Matriciano.
I'm Carol Matriciana.
I'm Carol Matriciano.
I like the
To this edition of
door in the background.
The Pagan Invasion.
Me too.
Halloween is a festival that
cozy.
conjures up images of ghosts, skeletons, black cats.
Okay, what's wrong with that? I assume he's gonna tell me, but what the fuck is actually wrong with that?
Nothing.
Witches on broomsticks and little costume children.
It sounds fun, man. It sounds nostalgic. It sounds fun.
Sounds wholesome.
It sounds wholesome as fuck. It's wholesome, fun, fucking fun. And it's like,
Yeah, dude.
it's that childlike shit. My favorite thing about Halloween is driving through town, fucking seeing all the families out there walking around at night, and imagine how fucking scared those kids are by Disney Channel movies and the parents showing them fucking like old fucking shit they used to watch when they were a kid that used to scare them, and then them having their own lives before that with their own grandparents before that.
Yeah.
Like, it's generally baked into our composition at this point, at least in
I would say so.
American culture.
It's American culture, and it's a big deal.
And it's pagan too. I mean, it's still European, but
But it's awesome. It's just, it's a fun holiday.
it's beautiful.
It's,
Pagan as fuck.
yeah.
Which, pagan invasion, I guess. They're fucking scared of it. But, like, they're like, oh, Jesus died for your sins. Jesus died for your sins. What has he done for me lately?
He's the one guy who's holding off
The Pagan Invasion.
That probably sounds like a death knell toll of fucking shit. I'm joking. I'm not joking. I didn't mean for that to sound aggressive.
You're an aggressive bastard.
Fuck. Anyways, let's listen to Josh Cocknose or whatever this dickweed's name is. If
Yeah,
there was
I forgot what his name was.
his name was shit.
I remember like
Dick
Beverly Dipshit in the corner over here.
Beverly Dick Fucker. all right.
Scurrying about the neighborhood.
Look at that. That's funny shit.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Who are you?
God, this shot is going on for uncomfortably long. What kind of cameras and knives were you holding behind this woman and these girls before you murdered them in cold blood?
Cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded.
Blooded.
Check it and see. I'm very Christian and it is the 80s.
Vampire. Dracula's wife.
While there are some
Holy shit!
Whoa.
Satan walks among us!
What?
Are you not frightened beyond the depths of human imagination by this horrific, grotesque, stomach-churning, skin-crawling image of satanic fear?
Satanic.
Look at it. I know every time I ever carved a fun, cute jack-o'-lantern to put out at night and then wait for the seasons to change and just be in love with life and the way that the world things goes, I was getting sucked off by Satan in the broom
Oh my
closet.
god. Hey, listen. Don't you know that carving pumpkins is some Satan shit? Didn't anyone ever tell you that? When you were a kid, growing up, on the streets,
No,
living
man.
life, carving pumpkins day in, day out.
I was fucking pumpkins up back then.
I remember back, all I could do to afford to eat was carve pumpkins. And one day this guy comes up to me and he's like, hey man, that's some Satan shit. So I quit. Cold turkey, day of, stop carving pumpkins. And it saved my life.
Fucking God bless fucking Satan, man. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
seriously, man. Thank God for that guy.
Thank God
If
for
it weren't
that.
for him, I wouldn't have carved all those pumpkins.
of shit.
Alright. Back to the fucking video.
People who may be concerned about the origins of Halloween and its focus on blood, death, horror, and the occult.
What focuses on blood, death?
It's like blood, death, horror. It's like I don't know. There's like a rhythm to it. It's like, blood, death, horror. It's like, blood, death, horror. Woo! That shit rocks. Get that shit on track. God damn.
Turn it up in my headphones. He just said something fucked.
Let's go back.
That's what we have to do. This is gonna be. I expected this to be like an hour and 20-minute podcast. This is gonna be like an 18-hour podcast.
Who cares?
Yeah, I'll just fucking make it look
Millions of
good.
youngsters across the nation. It has
Fuck
been
the
And I'm
youngsters.
Carol Matriciano.
Oh my lord!
Carol Matriciano.
and its focus
Here we
on
go.
blood, death, horror, and the occult. To millions of youngsters across the nation, it has been adopted as a time to pursue scary fun. It is
Hell
an
yeah.
opportunity to dress up in ghoulish or fanciful costumes.
Yeah. We love that shit, man. We love dressing up like scary shit, having fun, getting a little scary with our bros out in the street, getting free candy, having a good time.
Dude, that's the classic shit.
It's a good shit. And if you're against that shit, you're probably a square who doesn't like having a good time.
And look at and here's the thing. And here's the thing. And here's the thing. Look. And here's the thing.
I'm listening.
Here's the thing. All right. Look. Here's the thing. These masks fucking rule.
Yeah, dude, hook me up with like all of them.
All of them. I got
They
2
rock.
masks back here. I got a vintage looking Frankenstein mask I just got recently. Shit slaps. But I would fucking give my left nut for a fucking vintage mask like these.
They rock. They're cool.
Look at the fucking Cyclops.
Yeah, dude. Or the one where it's like got the face in its mouth.
Dude, this is like a fucking... This one over here looks like a shitty werewolf, okay? and this one over here looks like the same shitty werewolf, but instead of having a normal werewolf mouth, he's got some fucking Voldemort-ass face. And look at
rocks.
this. This is just like... What is this?
Oh my
Look at Purple Skeletor, Screaming Guy, Screaming Cro-Magnon,
Yeah, dude.
Screaming Melting Guy, another Screaming Guy. Like, that's what vintage masks were all about. when I was a kid.
Carl in the corner over
Dude,
here.
Carl, holy fuck. Carl's got a face that I never seen before. But here's his face. But then it looks like there's some teeth up here or something, and then it looks like a fucking, like, ear of an elephant, but small, like Dr. Seuss, if you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. This is some kind of CNI picture, but...
Costumes to engage in the fantasy of being a witch or a vampire, ghost or devil.
Oh,
Eager
no.
trick-or-treaters solicit candy door to door or bob for apples at Halloween parties.
Bobbing for apples. They're bobbing for apples out here. Oh my god, someone stop them. They're bobbing for apples. Fuck you, you dickhead. You're going to talk about bobbing for... The only thing bad with bobbing for apples is it's gross as shit. Fuck you. Like, you got a problem with bobbing for apples, and it's not the fact that it's an easy way to get the fucking flu. Jesus. I hate this guy. Oh my god.
Dude, you know what they say? 2 nuts don't make a cock. You know that's what they say. How long have we
said that?
How long have we been on for at this point? Let's see here. Almost 40 minutes. There's about 40 minutes left. Here's what I say.
Yeah.
I say this is the halfway point.
I agree.
We're gonna take we motherfuckers. I'm showing off the stream. I'm like a magician showing off his fucking tricks. We motherfuckers are gonna take a 10-15 minute break. It'll probably, since this one's edited, I'll probably edit it anyways, so you won't even hear any of that shit. And when we come back, all of a sudden, we're gonna have the rest of the video, and we're gonna lightning round it. So eat my shit and suck my fucking dick, you bitches. And just like that, your boys are back from the fucking grave.
back.
The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
Guess who just got back today?
Okay.
I been sure good you will. I been sure.
The boys are back in town. From what I understand, that guy's like a legendary vocalist and guitar player and has a tragic backstory. But come on, man, you can't hit me with "the boys are back in town" and not expect me to lose my shit.
It stinks, man. I'm sorry.
It fucking stinks on ice.
Yeah, dude. Who the fuck?
So you might be wondering to yourself, we came back from our break. In the actual recorded version, it'll seem edited, but you'll still be like, wow, you guys came back from your break, but it seems like you took forever. What happened? Well, you see, the problem is my computer fucking sucks shit.
That's the truth.
That's the truth. I think I need to honestly get in here and do like a deep clean and delete a bunch of fucking files.
Hell yeah.
Cause
Delete the shit.
I will delete this shit. All this shit.
Guess who just got back?
Guess who just got back today? Soon it'll be okay.
Yeah.
The boys are back in town. Oh my god. Oh, dude. Talk about the cheesiest fucking riffs of all time. It's like, fuck.
The boys are back in town
The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
Oh shit. The boys are back.
It's like, the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. I'm back in town. The boys. That's what this whole fucking podcast becomes at the end of the day. It just becomes 2.5 hours straight of the boys are back in town.
Guess who just got back today?
Guess who just got back today? Living life is okay. Baby, to say, arms on the shoulders. The boys are back in town.
The boys are back in town.
What's some other real like shitty Thin Lizzy songs? Because I know there's another one that's popular that sucks.
Shit, is that song by Thin Lizzy?
Yeah, bro, that's Thin
fuck.
Lizzy.
I didn't know that shit. I just thought that was by The Boys.
The boys are back in town, but they have another song that's like relatively fucking.
I feel like I was listening to some Thin Lizzy the other day. Give me a second.
Oh wait, is it "Tonight Is Gonna Be a Jailbreak"?
Woo! Give me a second.
That song only rocks because it's in Detroit Rock City, the movie, and the scene is good, and that movie's part of my fucking childhood.
They did do a song called Jailbreak.
Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak.
I feel like I was listening to something the other day.
It's not that bad of a song.
I don't know. I don't even know who they are.
Tonight there's gonna me jailbreak.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, fucking right.
Guess who just got back today?
Guess who just got back today? It's like Randy Newman if he rocked a little bit harder.
And Randy Newman really rocks, so, you know.
It's damn straight. You got a friend in me.
Yeah, dude. Fucking short people.
It has been adopted as
Short people?
Yeah, don't you know about short people?
It is an
Short
opportunity to dress
people
up in ghoulish or
sucking
fanciful
my dick.
costumes,
Basically.
To engage in the fantasy of being a witch.
Bend
a
them
vampire,
over, it's
ghost, or
making me
devil.
sick.
Eager trick-or-treaters solicit candy door to door, or bob for apples at Halloween parties.
Or Bob for apples
Others
at
play
Halloween
haunted
stores. Alright,
and
you
horror
fucking
movie
broke ass
marathons.
Dr.
Yeah, dude.
While the
Seuss.
more daring visit cemeteries at midnight. Play with
Visiting
Ouija boards,
cemeteries
and hold
at
seances
midnight on
in an
Halloween
effort to
rules.
Contact spirits of the dead. One of
Spirits
the
of
biggest
the dead.
promoters of Halloween is the public school system.
My thing is, how are you so afraid of occult witchcraft bullshit if you believe that the Bible is the only true religion? Because judging by the Bible's standards, isn't like Wicca, witchcraft, New Age stuff all fake anyways? So if it works, why are you scared of it? Because the Bible says it probably shouldn't work. Like, I think that's a fair question. If you're one of these jerk-offs.
School-sponsored Halloween-themed activities often include dances, costume contests, carnivals, and arts and crafts projects. Education officials admit that
Here we
more
go. I
effort
think
is
this is a
usually
good
put
volume.
into the celebration of Halloween than any other holiday, including Christmas and Easter.
Is the stimulation of a child's sense of fun and fear all there is
You
to
guys can't
Halloween?
even see it. I'm
Or
an
is there
idiot.
more? For many entrepreneurs, Halloween is big business, a major promotional
For many entrepreneurs, Halloween is big business.
event used to bring in billions of dollars worth of revenue.
Whoa.
Holy shit. We're going to Newcastle. Oh my
In addition
god,
to the
Oscar
usual
the
costumes of
Grouch.
cartoon
No, dude,
characters
that
for
looks
children,
like billions
a growing
of
number
dollars
of
of
outlets are
revenue.
featuring
I
more
want
macabre and
that
sinister creations for
mask.
purchase.
Oh, yeah,
This
he
one
does.
well-known department store
That
chain
looks
will
cool
sell
too.
more than
Fuck,
$500 million
dude.
worth
Bring
of
me
Halloween
back
paraphernalia this
to
year.
the days.
And that
I don't
doesn't
know, there's
include
something
revenue
about
from the sales of
90s
trick-or-treat
Halloween that-
candy.
Woo, woo, it hit.
Costume shops
Dude,
such as
80s
this
Halloween,
one are
90s
able
Halloween,
to stay in
70s
business
Halloween.
year-round
Everywhere
as a
up to
result
like
of the
the
tremendous
50s
sales and rentals they
Halloween
received during
items
the
fucking
Halloween
rock.
rush.
Look at that shit.
Farmers
I don't care
also
if it's
view
supposed to
Halloween
look like
with an eye
Mars
toward making
Attacks,
big
which
profits.
sucks. It's still a great
Pumpkins are a
mask.
traditional Halloween accessory used by households nationwide as jack-o'-lantern decorations. This one Southern California field of only 164 acres will yield nearly $250,000 to its owner.
That sounds like
Halloween
a
is
beneficial
manipulated.
thing for the owner.
Also, what was bad about that? She was like, they also celebrate carving pumpkins. For example, a small business like this will win the American dream by actually making a sizable amount of money off of resources through nature and human intervention.
Yeah, it sounds like she was just like, hey, look, this is a season that, like, local farms really bank on to stay around. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
in order for them to keep being farms, they actually really rely on this one really holiday-based season so that they can sell all these, pumpkins to people who want to carve them for the holiday. And if it weren't for the holiday and people wanted to carve the pumpkins, there'd be a whole bunch of revenue that the farmers would be missing out on and would probably really affect all of the other things that the farms do, like make food for people to eat, live, and it almost sounds like it's really beneficial in order
To our
keep
entire
to
nation.
our whole agricultural system. I don't know though.
It's a bunch of fucking garbage made up by the Illuminati.
By the promoters of horror movies and videos as a major marketing opportunity. While horror films used to be synonymous with
Corpse Grinders, great title, shitty movie.
movies and considered
Little Shop of Horrors, Jack Nicholson's first movie, I believe. Classic of all time. Everyone's familiar with the remake with Rick Moranis and Steve Martin. But the original is a classic, too, made by Roger Corman, the fucking king of B-horror movies.
the conventional low-budget industry standby.
Blood Feast, great movie. Yeah, Blood Feast. Banger.
Blood Feast.
Today they account
Halloween classic
for nearly 20% of all of the revenue received by
Night of the Living
film
Dead
producers
classic
and distributors. The success of the
Freddy
technical
Krueger
revolution in special effects has attracted serious film directors to produce well-crafted, elaborate horror productions. A recent visit to the Video Software Dealers Association exhibition in Las Vegas showed that the two biggest selling artistic genres were pornography and horror.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's dope. Like, good for them. Like,
the
it's
biggest
about time.
selling video market is pornography and horror. Sign me up, bro.
It's almost like it's the two best things.
It's almost like my best friend. I don't know. Horror and pornography?
Horror and pornography.
Hollywood is continuing to capitalize on society's growing craving for the occult and
Exorcist 3, incredible.
Dude, that movie rocks.
Incredible fucking film.
I was just talking to my coworker about it today, telling him how it rocks.
Dude, it's an incredible film. Fuck y'all. When I hit the space bar, you play.
demonic. The irony is that
Creepshow classic!
while these producers label such films as fun and make-believe, many of them hire practicing witches or Satanists as technical advisors who ensure
Oh my god, that does not fucking happen. There was not one time in the 1980s where a film crew of friends who wanted to do some creative project and horror's fun, oh it's Halloween time, hired actual Satanists and witches to be technical advisors on their slasher movie about a guy who walks the street and stabs people in the back. Yeah, they really needed a satanic guru to run them through that script.
They're like, they actually turned to real witches for this shit.
In order to make
like
this...
some guy getting like ripped apart by a chainsaw.
Dude, literally, it's like, in order to get the scene where the satanic demon crawls out of the guy's asshole and his asshole rips apart into a million pieces to where it covers his flesh and he becomes a snake, it's always got to be that bullshit. I forgot what I started talking about. But I had a point. Anyways.
the authentic reproductions and performances of rituals, sacrifices, spells, and
Don't you know it's the Night of the Demon? Night of the Demons, great fucking film, great soundtrack. That movie over off to the right, can't remember what it's called. Some people say it's a classic. It was too weird for me when I was young.
curses.
When you were a young boy.
People like are so hyper during the day, they need to come home and watch something that's like totally unreal so they can release themselves from all the pressures. It's just the type of thing that makes you laugh and forget about life.
Hell yeah.
Over the last 2 decades, most horror films have become far more graphic in their depictions of violence and cruelty.
That's true, I guess, but that's because it was awesome. But let's see what he has to say about it.
Yeah, tell us about it, brother.
Movies affectionately known as splatter films routinely detail torture and dismembering of bodies, drinking of blood, cannibalism, rape, and a host of other grotesque atrocities.
Obviously, we don't like our word around here, but that movie rules. Skin to Life. Awesome fucking movie.
Well, we think it's pretty fun. A lot of people just like it because it's fun, it's wacko, it's not real, and so it's just the type of thing that people like to watch because you don't have to think reality when you watch it.
Hell yeah, this guy gets it. He's cool. They're like, we need to interview someone who's into it so we can show them how crazy they really are. He's like, it's fun. It's not real. So, we don't take it too seriously. We just kind of enjoy it for what it is. But it's, it's kind of just fun to see.
No, seriously, like, that's the only good dude in this whole fucking debacle.
Comes to gore or splatter or any other particular genres, the justification lies in our Constitution. I don't feel anybody has the right to tell me what I can or cannot watch.
Most of these
Damn
films
straight. Yeah,
receive
that's
R
based.
ratings, which
Dude,
mean that children under
that
17
was based
cannot
as
view
fuck.
the
He's like, as for people saying that horror movies perpetuate indecent acts and indecent exposure from these, creative processes, I have to say, do I have a constitutional right to watch fucking horror movies, bitch? Because if I have a constitutional right for freedom of speech to enjoy and watch what I like and watch and enjoy, and I'm not being held under a certain standard, then let me ask you this. Excuse me, conservative Christian right man, you're telling me that I can't like this certain kind of movie? Oh, I'm sorry, I thought that was my constitutional right to express and ingest all ideas that are available. He's like, fuck you. He's like, I got a ponytail, I'm old as shit. Oh, does it make me a terrible person to watch horror movies? Let me ask you this. Does your Constitution allow me? The Constitution of the United fucking States? Frankenhooker also. Frank Henenlotter film. Great film. Director of Basket Case.
Film or rent the video without the accompaniment of an adult. Yet this precaution is seldom enforced. For 15 is the average age of those who see these films.
That's the average age of me when I was watching them.
While many producers claim that these gruesome spectaculars are merely fun and not dangerous to the psyche of our youth, many of the scenarios from the horror films are duplicated in copycat crimes which make for sensational headlines.
Sensational is right. Because it is sensational, because it's not real.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so some kid in Alabama stabbed his mom, right? Okay. Oh, it was because, 4 months before he saw the trailer for a Freddy Krueger movie. Like, fuck you, dipshit. No, it's not. This kid was probably fucked because he grew up in the middle of Alabama with a mom who's like an Alabama mom. You know how they are.
Shakes.
Fucking, yeah.
Like, my son ain't gonna listen to Judas Priest or I'll smack the fucking skin off
dude,
his
they're
body.
like, Billy, if you don't stop listening to AC/DC, I'm gonna fuck.
I'm gonna fuck you. Oh shit, that was the fart at the end.
Woo! Glenn Hobbs was initiated into a satanic coven as a
Glenn
child
Hobbs.
by
Show
his
me Glenn
grandfather
Hobbs.
and continued participating for many years. I recently asked Glenn about his involvement and the importance of Halloween to the occultist.
Well, my involvement in satanic worship.
Holy shit, hold on. This isn't gonna be as mind blowing of a thing as it is to anyone else as it is to me. But I've seen my fair share of these Christian VHS bullshit videos. And I have to say one thing right now. This motherfucker, they called this guy Glenn Hobbs.
Glenn Hobbs.
I seen this exact motherfucker
Glenn Hobbs
in another 80s VHS.
And did they call
Christian
that
film.
guy Glenn Hobbs?
No, he had a different name.
Whoa.
He had a different story.
Whoa.
And above all, he was clean shaven and he had shorter hair. But it was the same guy.
It was Glenn Hobbs.
No, his name was like Ryan Derrickson.
Ryan Derrickson. So you know what that means?
It's bullshit.
Bullshit.
I apologize for your ears, everybody in the audience.
I was involved in it as a child. Of course, I was a generational Satanist, what they call a generational Satanist. And what that means is that my family was involved in it and their family before them. Now, my earliest rememberings of Halloween...
Okay, pause.
My earliest rememberings.
Alright. Can I just say something? Dude, it'd be awesome to be like some guy who grew up in like the mid to late 60s in a satanic band. I don't know. He's like, it stunk, man. It sucked. I was hating every second of it. It sucked. But they're probably like, dude, we're grooving.
Dude, the thing about it, that's the funniest part to me, is that he's talking about it growing up in that era and stuff. The funniest part about all the stuff he's talking about, and the craziest thing about it, is that it never fucking happened.
That's true. Because who's Glenn Hobbs anyways?
Dude, Calvin and Hobbes. Glenn Campbell.
Glenn Campbell.
Let's listen to more Glenn Hobson.
And some of the things that were involved was, it was a very dark time for me as a child. It was something that I did.
He's making this shit up as he goes along. The sign of a psychological trick. The second somebody starts looking up towards the sky and being shifty with their eyes, 9 times out of 10 means they're trying to figure out what the next lie they're going to tell you is.
Didn't enjoy.
Glenn, could you tell us about your involvement in any rituals at Halloween as a child?
There was another little girl that was involved in the occult with me, and her name was Becky.
Becky.
Now Becky was another.
If we were to Google Glenn Hobbs and Becky satanic cult, something that sounds like it would have been one of the biggest crimes since the fucking Manson family in this country, if proven true. If we were to Google that and nothing would come up with it, I would really start to question myself, maybe this supposed Glenn Hobbs is a fucking liar.
I think Glenn Hobbs isn't even real, but...
Glenn Hobbs! What kind of name is that?
Different type of child. She was blessed to be a sacrifice. I was being blessed to be a high priest, where she was being blessed and born into the coven there to be a sacrifice.
Whoa,
now we were
dude,
in a ritual where we were married together.
Dude, actually, I googled this one time. If I'm not mistaken, it's either this story or it's a different story he tells in a different one of these documentaries with a different name. But one of them is the direct plot of like an 80s horror movie. Like literally word for word. It's just an 80s horror movie. He just describes the plot synopsis.
It was a marriage to the beast. And
the beast.
Me and the little girl
Lightning
were married
round.
together.
Fuck this. No more intelligent commentary. We're
Abuse
just
that took
talking
place,
shit
and
from now
a
on.
lot of blood that was spilt over us, joining us together.
When do Halloween rituals actually begin, and what is the ultimate purpose of Halloween?
Well, the ritual that I remember the most
clearly
clearly
is candy
about the end of
The purpose
September.
is having a fun fucking time, man. What other
Me and the
purpose do
little
you
girl,
need?
the one I mentioned named Becky.
He's like,
the
Becky,
abuse
let's
was
get
very
back to
concentrated
Becky.
Let's
at
get back to
time.
that fucking bitch.
We were
That
taken into
fucking
several
hoe
rooms
bet. That
where our clothing
fucking
was removed. We spent the next couple of weeks in a kind of a shack where a lot
In
of
kind of
rituals
a
went on.
shack.
Where a lot of animals were killed. They summoned Lucifer and his spirit to come and possess me, and so that I would be blessed to take over the position of the high priest at a certain point in time.
That is cool.
Now, Halloween night, they had again put me and the little girl in the back of this van.
And he fucked it.
And we again drove off, which seemed like for a long time. We were drugged once again.
Once
And
again,
we finally
once
came to
again,
a
ladies and
stop.
gentlemen, we are drugged.
They took the
and
little
we're
girl
safe.
out and they left me in the van. I could hear a lot of commotion that was going on outside. People that were screaming and and yelling.
This
and,
is
and,
such
this
bullshit.
low murmuring and moaning noise that was going on, like some kind of a low chanting noise that was going on. So I knew in my mind there was some type of a ritual going on because I'd heard that many times before. You know, it was real common to see people fall on the ground and convulse and go into convulsions.
Like they do in mega
during
churches?
rituals
Yeah,
and
dude.
stuff with
Alright,
the demonic
yeah, I've been
presence that
to
were
some
around.
churches where people
And
are fucking
finally,
falling on the
a
floor.
woman
It's
came to
bullshit.
the back of the van and she
Dude, people were
said,
blocking the aisles.
"It's
I
time to
couldn't
go."
get out of the way if a
And
fire
she brought me out
started.
of the
I'd
van,
been
and I could
fucked.
see that there was just a lot of
They're
people
putting
around.
God is putting
Some
on
were
lives at
dressed in
risk.
dark,
For real.
brownish kind of robes with hoods over them. They took me up and they led me up to this stone altar. And I remember I saw the little girl, and she was on the altar. Now, at first, you know,
What's
I,
he about
I
to
just
do to her?
wondered
What are you
was
gonna do
going
to the
on,
little
because
girl?
You never knew. I mean, they used the altar for a lot of different things. They could have just been sacrificing an animal over, could have been a sexual abuse from the high priest onto her.
This
you know,
guy,
it was a
you can
hard
see
thing
in his
to-
eyes, he's such a
to know
fucking
for
piece
sure.
of shit.
Well, they ushered me up to the altar, and I could see that they had bound her feet. They had
Bound
they
her
had her
feet.
spread apart, her legs, and they had bound
Imagine
them
that.
to the ends of the altar, and they had taken her arms, which were laying out this way, and roped them to the altar, which had little kind of like hooks, which they could bind the ropes around.
God, this is like this guy's sick, twisted, perverted fantasy, honestly.
Yeah, he's just like I don't know.
He's making shit up. You can see it in his eyes. He's got that brow. He's like trying to stare through you right into your soul. He's like, I'm a fucking piece of shit and I'm fucking crazy. And not for the reasons you think. Not the reasons I'm telling you. I don't actually believe in Satan. But the joke is that I'm the most satanic motherfucker who ever lived.
And she was really white. Just I remember seeing
Holy
her.
shit! She was white!
Damn.
She was just real pale and real white. And I noticed that they had slit the bottoms of her feet and
Damn.
her wrists.
Stigmatized.
And they were taking the blood that was running out of those areas and putting them into chalices and passing those
Oh my
cups around
God.
to different people who were
Okay, get off
partaking of her
the
blood.
fucking
Then
sci-fi
the
network.
high priest
Yeah, this is like
took the
generic
Athami or the
bullshit
ritual
101.
knife,
This is
he
like
picked it up
what
and
they
he put
say
my
like
hand on it,
Hillary
and then he
Clinton does.
forced it
It's
into
like
her
they
chest.
Gave her the baby
So when I think
blood
back
and
on
she
Halloween,
drank it.
Dude, they're like
you know,
Hitler's
over that period of
emails.
time that happened, you know, that was the climax
Hitler's
event.
emails.
Halloween
Hitler's
night,
e
where they
goats.
killed that innocent little girl.
Oh, they
And-
did? Okay, and you were in direct contact with these people? Okay. Why is nobody in jail? If a satanic cult was killing young girls, you think that wouldn't be the biggest news story in the
Yeah,
entire
dude,
fucking
And
country?
there's a witness, and he got away, and he just went to this fucking VHS fucking like these fucking Christian fucking VHS releasing motherfuckers to tell this bullshit story instead of going to the police to be like, hey, I just saw this fucking chick's blood get drained and it was fucked up and it was a whole fucking ordeal and there's people like getting religious. They're getting religious over this shit. They're like, woo, we're getting religious about this. We're satanic. Holy fuck, we're killing this bitch. He's like, fuck. But instead of being like, I'm calling the cops, like, you know, the one time you do call the cops, he's like, I'll go to these fucking, straight to VHS Christian motherfuckers to just sit here in my
Calvin
little-
and Hobbes.
Yeah, I'm going Calvin and Hobbes up in my knit sweater. I'm going to be a dickhead. I'm going to tell a bullshit lie. Sorry.
Well, I couldn't have said it any better myself. Listen, I was on the farm, and I had the sheep. I had the goats. They were furry. They were fuzzy. I had to mow the lawn. I had to shear them. I was fucking them. I was blowing sheep. I was sucking sheep cock. All I know is that Satan walks among us.
That's true.
This is something that's happening every Halloween. That's
Every
not just an
Halloween?
isolated event.
Holy shit, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Little girls are being fucking murdered on the altar every Halloween in
like,
America?
This is happening like every 20 seconds. A chick gets fucking blood drained or something.
Dude.
Wait, what was this? What did I tell you?
Fox, I'll lay this down. Imagine this. Fox News pundits back in 2016, 2015 swore up and down that there were legitimate videos released that they've seen of Planned Parenthood employees standing over an aborted fetus that's still moving and like looks like a baby and it's moving its arms, and they're like, oh, let's sell its arms on the black market, let's sell its head.
Woo.
Fox News, a news organization, reported and stuck to the story up and down for weeks that was a legitimate.
Yeah.
Are we back? Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
Okay, we're way quieter though than we were last time, I feel like. We're gonna have to turn this shit all the way down. We're sorry for our
Alright, what were you saying about Fox News? I was invested.
Oh, they said those videos were real, but then they didn't say something else was real. I forgot, man. I've got distracted by this. Maybe this is the problem with Messed Up. It's the show where we get messed up and we're fucked up.
And then we have to watch messed up shit.
And then we have to watch messed up shit and talk about it and get through it in a speedy manner. What was you gonna say?
I mean, there are children all over the world who are losing their lives during Halloween night, and yet we, as a society, we go out and celebrate it, and we go.
Your birthday is on 9/11. 9/11 is when millions and trillions of Americans tragically died in the Twin Tower fucking nuclear blast. Okay, and your birthday is on September 11th. You should be ashamed for celebrating your birthday because this completely unrelated thing happened. In fact, that's actually the day that the Martians walked on the moon. So now you should be extra fucking feeling bad about yourself for this day where something that definitely didn't probably happen did happen. And every day it happens.
All I can say is this.
Shit. In a barrel.
Alright, listen to me. This is all I'm saying.
I'm listening.
This guy fucking sucks.
This guy's garbage, but
Door
we
to
still got
door,
so much
we
left
ask
to
for
go.
candy,
We gotta
and
just
it's
keep it going.
It's a big celebration
Fuck it.
to us. And I
First
think it's
episode, Halloween
quite
episode,
ironic
October, the first
how
episode of this podcast.
one group of
it's
people
garbage.
are thinking it's fun, and another
we're just gonna
group of
keep it
people
going.
are
We're just
taking
we gotta
human
get the
life,
fuck out of here. We're just gonna
and
let the
yet
video
they
play,
don't-
and we're gonna
there
talk
seems to be this
shit
wall, and nobody wants to
for
face
30
the
minutes
facts of what's
straight.
really going
Enjoy
on.
it. Enjoy us talking over each other.
Today, reports from all over the world show a growing concern over the mushrooming attraction
this
towards
guy.
the occult. Heinous crimes
the
connected with the
occult.
occult, according to
The
police,
cock is
are
what he's
reaching
thinking about.
epidemic
This guy's
proportions.
thinking about sucking cock.
Halloween is the time when community service organizations warn that children and animals are most likely to be abducted. To truly understand the significance of Halloween and its role
It's probably
in this
not because
mayhem,
it's an evil satanic
we must
holiday.
go
It's probably
back
'cause
to
there's
its
more unprotected
historic
people
roots.
outside. Whoa. Holy shit. What is this mystical shit? I thought this was pagan invasion, not pagan suppression.
Whoa. Yeah.
What you are looking at are
This just
actual
got sick.
rituals and spells being performed by practicing witches and druids throughout America and Europe. These are not actors or reenactments. They are real.
Most of Halloween's customs are the remainders
I just
of
came
pagan
up from behind the
superstition relating
trees.
to Samhain, the
I
Druidic New
bloody
Year.
just
The Druids were the influential priests, magicians, and sorcerers
Oh,
of the nature
I'm
religions
about
that
to look
prevailed
at
in
the
early Northern Europe.
witches.
These native beliefs permeated Celtic culture for about 2,000 years, up until the introduction of Christianity. Today, a revival of the practices of Druidism, along with various forms of witchcraft and nature worship, are sweeping across Europe and North America.
Riders on the storm. Maybe Jim Morrison was on something there.
The Druid orders are full of
Riders on
people
the
from
storm.
all walks of life, from soap opera stars to doctors and lawyers, dentists and toilet cleaners.
Arch Druid.
Anybody
this
can be
motherfucker
a
looks like
druid.
Doctor Who
I'm
number
standing
4.
on Primrose Hill, which is one of the sacred
What the fuck is Billy
sites in
Crystal
London.
doing in this?
And it was here that the Druid Order was inaugurated in
And it
its
was
last,
here that Mike
most
Wazowski-
recent cycle in 1717, when a number of Druids
1776.
from
That's all the
Wales
show's
and
become,
Scotland
it's
and
just
Ireland
fucking
and
other
Brittany
quotes.
and England came together.
This guy
and
looks like he's getting his cock
it is
sucked.
here that some of the ceremonies are held.
Samhain was seen as a time when the dividing line between the dead and the living was at
Samhain?
its thinnest. Consequently, contact with spirit beings was thought to be easiest. Samhain was also one of the major fire festivals of the Celts. At this time, the Druidic priesthood led the people in diabolical worship ceremonies in which they would sacrifice animals and humans in ritual killings.
Hell yeah.
Human sacrifice has absolutely no place in the modern tradition. Just because we see a pagan revival doesn't mean that we wish to go back to barbarism of any sort.
Guards at.
So it's a bit
There's
of a
not
red
even
herring. It's not
sacrifices
something we
anymore.
like
Maybe
to
the
talk
pagans
about.
did used to do that in the past.
The name
I
for
don't
Druids
know.
is believed to come from the Greek word drus, meaning oak.
But when are they going to tie it
Druids
around?
usually select groves
It's like
of oaks
pagans
for
used
their
to kill
ceremonies
people on
and use the
Samhain
leaves in
and
their
what?
sacred rites.
What does that have to do with
The work of the Druids consists in reuniting
Exactly.
us with the world of nature externally and internally
Billy
with
Crystal!
that stream of ancient wisdom and knowledge.
Billy
Sharing
Crystal,
the Druidic
man.
tradition of nature worship is witchcraft. The title witch is from the Saxon word Wicca, meaning the one who practices sorcery. The Oxford Dictionary states that a Wiccan is one who is twisted, bent, or warped. Despite attempts from
That's
modern
what the Oxford
Wiccans to
Dictionary
sanitize the original intention of witchcraft, its practice cannot be divorced from demonology.
That's kind of cool. Again.
O guardians of the watchtower of the east,
God, they're
I,
fucking
Ishtar, high
LARPers.
priestess and witch, do summon and stir thee.
I think that's all.
I command thy presence at this our meeting.
They're like the original
to guard
internet
over our
trolls who are
circle
like, I'm
and
so
to witness
edgy and
our rights.
hardcore, but then on the inside they just want to watch anime.
Satanists are just
So mote it be.
Like pre.
My mother was a witch.
Antoine
my
LaVey
grandmother
was
was a
basically
witch.
the first Satanist. I
And
mean,
I
he was
have been a
basically
witch
the first
for
troll.
as long as I can
Because
remember.
like he said he slept with Marilyn Monroe.
Since I have been
it's like, bro, have
practicing
you seen
the
your
craft,
bald-headed
there has
ass?
been a great
She
revival.
was sleeping with the
I
fucking
believe there's about 1
president
million people
of the
in
United
England alone
States.
that
The
practice
CIA was
The
on her
pagans
ass
are-
with a
are
sniper
all over
rifle,
the
ready to
pla-
take her out and
place
make it look
with
like
their
she's driving a
covens.
pool.
If they're not
Any
calling
minute. There's
themselves
no way
witches
she's taking
alone,
any time
they
with
are
greasy,
paganistic
probably
in their
basement
ways.
dwelling,
There
mother's
are probably
basement
now
dwelling,
as many
Antoine
people
LaVey ran the
practicing
Satanic Bible
witchcraft
because he's the
in
first guy to
Britain
do something
as
edgy.
there are committed Christians.
I regard
Fuck
myself as a
him.
natural
He's
witch.
actually kind of cool, but he's also a
I was,
fucking geek.
Regarded
Geek.
myself as a witch since early childhood.
I don't give a
I was
fuck
brought
about
up
these
in a very
witches.
isolated part of the
Dude, these
country,
witches are bringing me
on the Welsh
down.
border,
They're,
which
like,
has a long
kissing each
tradition of
other and
magic
shit. Fuck that.
and
Dude, talk
Welsh
about
sorcerers.
Iron Maiden.
It's almost as if there's a kind of grassroots.
What does this have to do with
feeling
Halloween? What's
back
not the
towards
point?
paganism.
none
We
of
live
it
in a kind of
does.
post-Christian
That's the
era
thing,
almost,
is they're
and that
trying to
people are
distract you
moving
from
towards
what
a
it's
kind
all
of
about.
neo-paganism, I suppose.
We learn as practicing witches to tap into forces of nature and to actually, if you like, send out a spell or an incantation or an invocation in a very powerful way.
It's in many ways to bring you back to nature, to bring oneself back to nature, and to learn how we fit in with the natural scheme of the universe and the natural scheme of the earth, and understanding what we need to do to heal the planet.
Because
Otherwise,
worship
it's
of
just
nature is so
information.
central to their theology,
information isn't
large
scary,
numbers
it's
of
just
practicing
knowledge.
druids and witches
That
are
is
dedicated to
a
today's
very
ecology
fair
movement.
point.
We have a number of
My-
initiatives which include
I just really want to
planting
know
groves of sacred
what
trees,
the fuck is going on with the fucking
and
pagans.
campaign for
What happened to the?
individual
I guess it's the pagan
responsibility,
invasion, but they're
which,
not talking
is
about
concerned
Halloween
with
for
showing
shit.
how each of us can become ecologically responsible.
Can become ecologically responsible. Ooh, saving the environment. It's so satanic.
There are answers here. I'm not
Trying to
prepared
be
as a
ecologically
pagan,
responsible
as a
for the
priest,
environment in which we
and as a
live in, and
practicing
treating
witch,
the
to sit
earth
back and see
as,
my
as
planet,
an equal.
my mother.
Fuck you, you deserve to burn in
any
hell,
longer.
bitch.
Answer unto me.
Halloween is often confused as a Christian holiday because of its association with Christian All Saints' Day or the Eve of St. Hallows, All Souls' Day. In fact, the original Christian dedication used to be celebrated in May and was intended to honor those Christians who died for their faith. But by the 9th century, the influential Roman Catholic Church changed the holiday to November, and the Protestant Church soon followed. Today, a thin Christian veil attempts to disguise an ancient pagan festival of the dead, which has become not only a secular observance, but notorious as the most favoured holy day of witches, sorcerers, and devil worshippers.
I can't really say when I became interested in Wicca, because it's always been
It
part of
seems
me.
like they're really trying to
Part
be
of my
Christian,
roots.
but a
I love
normal
Halloween.
Christian
I
apologist
think I'm a very autumn person.
will often
We dress
shy
up the house
away
with cobwebs
from
and so on, and we
those
cast
kinds
a
of
circle.
topics. Like, oh
Then
yeah,
we have a smoky cauldron,
Christianity
and we all
actually
scry,
adopted and
which
stole
means
this from
do
paganism and
clairvoyance
actually stole
into the
this from
smoke
this
which
other
comes out of the
religion.
cauldron.
Like most
And
Christians
we open
will
the
shy
gates
away from
of the
mentioning
underworld.
that kind of shit.
And if any spirits want to come
But
forward
here
and
they're
speak,
like,
we
well,
listen to
actually,
them.
it came
My
from this,
first
this, and that. It's like, so
initiation,
you're bullshit,
when I
and they're
became
like,
first degree,
that's
was
why
on Halloween.
it's the biggest holiday
and,
for
I felt
devils.
very, very much in tune with the god.
The ancient Druids worshipped Baal, one of the most powerful
Baal!
of all the demon
Sorry.
kings. In the list of Enochian demons, Baal is said to be a king, which is of the power of the East. Eastern religions emphasize that spiritual power comes
Seriously,
from meditation.
man. That's
The
perfect.
common
It's like you almost
denominator
got the
between
point.
Druids, witches, and
Just a couple inches
Satanists
off.
is the practice of meditation for the purpose of making contact with the spirits of the dead or disembodied souls.
You do a lot of meditation with the arts, and you get onto this higher plane. It becomes less physical and more mental.
It takes years of painstaking study, meditational work, finding your higher mind, being able to actually tap into the forces of nature and use those.
I have, on occasion, touched upon, I suppose you could call them spirit guides. People describe them in different way. I am aware of a hierarchy of spiritual advisors who live
That's
on...
art is sick, but she
and
also, and I just have to mention this, she's not saying anything crazy or evil. Like, all these people have just been saying really reasonable, questionable stuff. It may be a little weird depending on how you think about the world, but if you like to think about weird shit, you just be like, yeah, huh. It's the most normal version of weird ever. And she's like, yeah, you know, some sort of new agey, maybe spiritual stuff. I don't know, like kind of stuff from the 60s. And they're like, brrr, and it's a picture of Satan eating children.
the plane of consciousness that you can approach that will acknowledge you and advise you and assist you.
She's talking about meditation.
We have what we call contacts. There are
What
other
we
names
call
for them.
cunt.
They are beings. That's the easy thing to call them.
Fuck, I didn't mean to mute this hoe.
Can be God forms.
They become almost as real as the people standing next to you.
Almost.
And whoever else you call doesn't actually materialize. You can't
This is
see
so
them
out of
in the
context. They're
physical
like, who
sense,
you
but
call,
mentally
they're almost
you
right
know
next to you, and then they're
that
like
they are there.
pentagrams,
You can
demons,
see them
right?
in your
It's
mind's
like, no,
eye.
what if it's like...
They represent really forces
like
in the
someone you
universe.
knew? What if it's sometimes
Forces that are like
with these kind of
gravity
people,
or
someone you know
or
who's still alive
wind.
already.
But there are
It's got
forces
nothing
that
to do
have
with
to
singing.
do with our internal makeup and
They're
make
like,
our
yeah, sometimes,
minds
you
work
call
in the
upon
way
your
that they
friends
work.
in the astral realm,
Margaret
and then
Adler,
they're like,
practicing witch and author of Drawing Down
it's
the
like,
Moon,
here's a pentagram
warns
with
that
a
the trance state, with its roots in
It's like,
ancient
oh my God,
shamanism
they're
and
calling
paganism,
them. It's
is
like, they didn't
not to
say
be
that.
entered into
What if
lightly
it's
or
the
when
fucking-
alone. For the spirit to be contacted actually enters the witch's body, using it to deliver a verbal message.
There's a possibility if you don't cast a circle, the forces that could come into the room could take over in a form of possession. We had one example here where one young woman, a nurse, was possessed by, I don't know what it was, but a horrible voice came through her and she passed out.
This chick looks like she
While
fucking
occult
rules.
procedures in their rituals may vary in intensity, the fact is that witches, as well as Satanists, commemorate Halloween night with the same fervent dedication to invoke spirits for personal power.
Queen of heaven, queen of hell, horned hunter of the night, lend your power unto our spell, and work our will by magic right.
There's nothing wrong.
Glenn, you've now been a Christian for some time. What is your reaction when you see Halloween celebrated by people?
Whenever Halloween time starts coming around, about the 1st of October, you go into the stores, you see the costumes, you see the mother with her little girl putting the witch's hat on her, and the little boy getting excited about getting the devil mask, and you see the candy, you see the Halloween pumpkins, you see people decorating their houses with skeletons and all these symbols of death.
This is
You
our
know,
Halloween
it
month
only serves
episode.
to
I don't
bring
know how
back
spooky it is, but it's
horrifying
fun.
memories to me. Memories of death, memories of children being so abused, so ripped of everything, their character, all in the name of Satan. If a person could really stop the next time they go into that store and realize that there are children who are going to lose their life because people are taking.
I found a meme page called Glenn Hobbs. At Glenn Hobbs hates you. It says memes are the blood of life. Has 23 followers.
Does it have anything to do with this prick?
It's called Glenn Hobbs, and its profile picture.
Holy
is
shit,
Glenn
that's
Hobbs.
him!
But it's like a bunch of
Adidas.
yeah, it's like vaporwave
Sod.
memes.
Water Boys. It's vaporwave memes.
This is old. This is from like 2015.
Glenn Hobbs.
I want to message this page.
Here, wait. Try, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Try and look up some straight up Glenn Hobbs bullshit. Like, this is Glenn Hobbs. Here he is. He's fucked. Also, the audio on this episode is going to be completely fucking jerked off.
Yeah, it
Because
is.
I've been turning up and turning down the mic and turn up and turn down the video forever. Episode 1. This is the trial episode, okay? Fuck it. I'm pissed. Urgh. I'm angry.
Taking this a step further. There are people out there who don't just celebrate Halloween with trick-or-treat candy. This is a religious holiday to them. This is something that is holy and sacred.
Not
and they
every
are
pagan
taking
who's celebrating the
innocent
festival of
human
Samhain
life.
by going out into their
I
organic
can't
garden
say,
and picking fucking
go ahead and have
celery
Halloween
leaves
fun.
is
It
gonna
doesn't
go
matter
inside
if you're
and sacrifice a fucking
participating
child.
in
And in fact, I
Halloween,
bet
even
that
if you're not a
wasn't happening
Satanist,
when
you know,
were
if it's
younger,
just
when
for
you weren't
fun.
involved with this
No,
lying
because
sack of
these
shit.
Satanists are using this as a smokescreen.
Glenn, you said that Halloween is a religion of Satan. What do you think when you see churches and Christians celebrating Halloween?
It makes me sick
It makes me want to fucking
that,
kill him.
that the Church of Jesus Christ would take on this horrible demonic thing that is happening in our world. Christians should be the ones who are standing up against this. Christians should be the ones who are saying these terrible things are happening and we want to stand against this. Churches should not be having these Halloween parties at all. They should be coming together as brothers and sisters in Christ, binding together and coming against these dark forces, praying for these children that God will spare their lives, that somehow God will intervene and save these children.
Whether the public chooses to believe in the frightening growth of Satanism or not, the fact is that a highly organized network of Satanists are operating in America and Europe today.
Dude, that's one... I've heard that line in a ton of these Christian VHS satanic films. They're like, even if you don't believe that Satanists are out there controlling the world and killing babies, well, that doesn't matter, because they fucking are. Like, that's the ultimate, like, Christian bullying. Like, even if you don't believe it's true, it doesn't matter, because it's still happening, you piece of shit. It's like, holy fuck. It never happened. Fuck it. Bop it. Twist it. Kill it. Destroy it.
They seem to be respectable members of society and are integrated into all professions and walks of life. We go now to a special report from noted author Hal Lindsey, who is on location at a site known to be used for satanic rituals.
Hit me with it, Nancy, or whatever your name is.
We came out to a place in the hills east of Los Angeles, to a location that has been identified in the past with ritual worship and, we believe, Satanism. Frequently, this site has been discovered with candles that have been used in ritual. And you can look at some of the artifacts we found here today, upside-down crosses that were put around, bones that are scattered around here, and various satanic symbols, but also something disturbing in the light of what we'll be talking about in the future, and that is the diaper of a very, very small baby. You know, I believe that this country is experiencing
they're always talking
a pagan
about this in
invasion,
these old Christian VHS
including
videos.
a new
what's gonna
upsurge
get
of practice
people?
of witchcraft,
Horror movies are horrible
the new
because they show
age,
depictions of
and
violence.
as we will talk about
what do we
today,
make up to really
outright
get their money
Satanism.
from them? Oh,
Around the
Satanists
middle
out there
of the
killing
1960s,
babies,
there was
you
a
know, that
dramatic
basic instinct you
upsurge
have as a
in
human
satanic
being to have
worship,
fucking babies and
beginning with
believe in this
Anton LaVey
archaic
and his
religion.
writing
You
of
obviously
the
have the same
Satanic
mindset
Bible and the
as
founding of
somebody
the
who
Church of
affected
Satan
by
in
that.
San Francisco in
I'm gonna
1966.
pull on
I
your
watched
basic
as this
human
accelerated, not
and try and
just in the
scare
West
you with
Coast, but around the
images of
country.
dead babies, 'cause
When
you think
Charles
you're a good,
Manson
wholehearted
and
Christian,
his gang
that's
in
gonna keep you safe from
1969
here.
committed the horrible,
Babies
brutal
are dying
crime
'cause you're
at
not
Sharon
pure
Tate's
enough.
home.
That's a
This
whole
was
new
done
type of evil.
in connection with all of the paraphernalia of Satan worship.
It is.
This started
It
a
really
whole
is.
avalanche of satanic crimes.
Charles
We've
Manson
seen
wasn't
serial
satanic.
murders.
He was on
We have
acid,
watched
he
as
was in
one
jail,
after another
and he was a
has
beach
been
boy.
brought to light. Many murders where satanic symbols have been discovered. The pentagram, 666,
Oh, no.
and all sorts of things of this nature were done. But more distressing, we have found all over the country reports that there are animals that have been mutilated in a very skillful and specific style that shows that they were ritually offered as sacrifices.
Oh, fuck.
There are now
fucked Mittens in
confirmed
the
cases
ass.
where there have been girls that have been used as breeders, and their infant children have been sacrificed
I
to
got
Satan.
a feeling all these articles are
Halloween
from like the National
seems to be the
Enquirer.
high holy day for the Satanist
It's
and
right
the
next to
occultist.
fucking Bat
Halloween
Boy.
is the time
cool they
when
got William
all across the country,
Dude, this is William
in
fucking
secret
shat
little
pants,
places,
man.
Yeah, dude, he
in the
was
dark,
shitting his
there will be
dick
little
out.
babies sacrificed
Fucking
to
William
Satan.
shitting there.
Yeah,
You don't believe it?
fucking shit fuck.
I know it's
He's
hard to
got
believe
shit
myself.
coming
But
out
there
of
has
his
been
dick.
such an acceleration of worship of Satan that we believe that these sorts of things are happening, and we have evidence that they
This is
are.
the part where this show just
Satanism
falls apart.
exists in this country as it exists elsewhere. It is appallingly evil.
It is
about
appallingly
murder.
evil when
It is about
I don't
child
bloody
abuse.
believe
It's about
it.
sexual abuse. It is no joke and must be taken seriously and must be dealt
the
with.
British down a little bit. Holy
If they can
fuck.
ritually
You can't
abuse
just throw
children,
ass like
if they can in any way sexually abuse children, anything to destroy a child's innocence or their
you don't
trust
believe
or
this
their
shite?
wonder at the world, they will do it.
The most tragic stories that I've ever heard are where a child has told people what's been happening, and the adults have said, "Don't be stupid. That doesn't happen in this country."
Do you
You're
want to
making
try
up
Wednesday,
stories.
do
You're
you?
lying."
The problem we're coming across is that the higher officials in these public organizations do not want to acknowledge that this is occurring. We need to lift that veil of misunderstanding and saying, hey, this is a crime to be dealt with. It's the crime of the 90s. It's not going away.
Satanists want to recruit. We know that it's been going on for many years. This is not
Apparently, this
new.
is like a Christian talking point, because I've seen like at least 10 of these old Christian VHS videos from completely separate priests, not sold together, and almost every single one of them has, in some point, they're like, the crime of the 90s, the flesh, the human bone, this guy, this specific guy.
Yeah.
There will be specific phrases in the name of Satan. They'll be like, there's one called in the name of Satan, and they're like, they'll do it in the name of Satan. And then what they just said, it's like, they all toss around the same shit.
But their arrogance and their outwardness about the way they recruit is becoming unbelievable.
Sometimes they'll simply suck them in through the local high schools. Sex and drug parties.
We have an epidemic of young people participating in some strata of Satanism. Now, that doesn't mean that they're all
They're
out
involved in
sacrificing
Satanism
human beings,
in some degree or
but
another.
they may very well be doing the rituals that involve mutilation of animals. One fire department individual told me all of the woods around our area have these types of rituals going on.
It is believed that if you kill an animal, that exerts a tremendous amount of energy that the people there can sort of vampirize on, and so animals would be slain. And this is especially true on the high holidays like Beltane and Samhain, Halloween, and May Eve.
Oh yeah, dude. Hey, that's my birthday.
Holy shit, Satanic Rebels. Your birthday is on Satanic Rebels.
Oh yeah.
September 7th is Marriage to the Beast. September 20th is Midnight Host. 22nd, Feast Day. How come there's so many fucking celebrations? 29th, All Hallows till November 1st. Ooh, I learned a lot.
There's something about sacrifice. If you do it once, you want to do it all the time. Once you've actually
Your
passed
hair
the barrier of
is
sacrificing an animal,
garbage.
you get this sort of bloodlust where you really want to do it.
Powers of fucking
And I really wanted to do it.
And the worst thing about it is, like, the chick next to her hair was even worse.
Dude, her hair was worse. Dude, I was looking at that too. I was like, holy shit, that looks like a fucking wig I bought from Walgreens
in a black
in
robe
2006.
came forward with
that I
this
spray
little
painted.
baby.
Dude, it looked like she fucking
And at
ripped the guy's
first I didn't
pubes
realise
out,
it was
man.
a
Dude, she
real
took that wig
baby.
directly off a fucking Michael
And she
Myers
just
mask
laid it
from
on the altar.
1970s.
It was
She
breathing,
got
but it wasn't
extensions
crying.
of doll hair from Dollar Tree.
And then the high priest just
This
took
is
the
fucking
athame,
piece
or
of
the
shit,
ceremonial
Valley.
dagger, and just
She
cut the
fucking
baby's
went
throat
to a fucking
and caught the blood in a chalice.
dog groomer. And
She went to a
At
dog
that
groomer.
point,
She sucked a bunch of dog
I was
dick.
staggering, reeling. I thought I was just
It's
going
been
to throw up.
confirmed.
God damn.
Put it
I
in the
just
head.
couldn't believe
Baby
it.
and
But
satanic
by
killing.
then I was so
Hell
scared
yeah.
Holy
that
shit.
I just stood there.
Yeah.
And then when I was
We're
led
like not even
forward, I
listening to
thought,
this
this
shit
is
anymore.
it.
It's
It's
gone
your
off the
turn.
rails
They're
at
going
this
to kill her.
point. At this point, the first episode of
And
Messed
I was
Up, we've
lifted
gotten
up onto
entirely
the
too
altar.
messed
Now,
up watching
I
this
at
messed
that
up
time
shit,
was still
and that
in
shit's
white.
fucked.
It was part of a sacrifice
Hold
known
on,
as the sacrifice of the White
do it, 'cause
Virgin.
we're almost towards the end here. We got only 10 minutes left. Holy shit.
And the same blood that
hear me out
had
on
come from
this.
the baby was daubed all over
Let's
my
try
body.
this.
Then the
Okay.
high priest raped
Let's
me.
listen straight.
And I think
for the
at that
rest of this
moment,
minute. Go.
I was just, the fact I was still alive went through my mind. I thought, you're still alive. I then had to sign in blood a parchment stating that I would never, ever reveal what had happened in a coven. If I did, I would die.
Are human beings being sacrificed? Yes. They are. There's a lot of things that I would look for.
Are they being sacrificed? Should I lie? Yes.
Are human beings being sacrificed?
Hell yeah! Yeah, dude, seriously. He's like, are human beings being sacrificed? Yes.
To make a determination on a ritualistic crime.
Make a
It could be
determination.
marks that are found at the scene. It
This
may
guy
be
has an
things
accent
like
the
a
likes of which
pentagram.
I've
It
never
may be
heard,
an
to be
upside down cross. Could be again the number 666. Could
Black
be a loss
Sabbath.
of blood in the body. Certain parts removed in a certain manner.
can't believe I'm standing
Their
here right
victims.
now. Holy shit!
Some are targeted for specific
Gore!
reasons.
You never thought
One,
you were gonna
because
get
they wouldn't
gore on
join.
YouTube.
Two, because they did join and they want to drop out. Some of their victims are themselves. They voluntarily do it.
In many satanic groups, a mother will be asked to sacrifice her own child to Satan, and she may even, in fact, be ritually impregnated to do that. She may even specifically have been impregnated, and then when the child is born, they never register the child as being born, and they kill it in a very horrible way. And sometimes the mother herself is actually asked to do it.
Horrible sexual harassment and all this crazy shit.
Some of you may not even believe
you haven't
what you've just seen.
demonstrated or shown me
You may
evidence
believe
of
that
a
this is
satanic
just
cult.
something
You haven't
that's
demonstrated or shown me
aberrational
evidence
and
that anybody who
it just doesn't reach
self-professes
the
himself
mainstream
as
of
somebody
America.
who either believes
But
in
just
Satanists
think
or is a
about some of the
Satanist, has
headlines
committed
we've had
such
recently.
heinous acts
The
because
case
they're
in
in the newspapers all
Matamoros,
day.
where
So how do you know
a
that
group
happened?
in Mexico
It literally has
were
never
practicing
fucking
human sacrifice, where they kidnapped and actually sacrificed several innocent young people. And think about the Night Stalker case here in Los Angeles, with Ramirez brazenly flashing the satanic symbol and saying "Hail Satan" and holding up his palm with a pentagram.
You know
And yet
that they
Ramirez
always have
was
to bring
convicted
this
of
shit
some
up.
of the most brutal crimes
They take
that we've
the
ever
two
seen in
fucking
this civilized
people have anything to do
society.
with it. If you watch
One
any
case
satanic
where he
Christian
caused the
thing, at some
woman
point
to
they're
say
like,
"Hail Satan"
and how about
while he was
they're like,
raping
bullshit,
and
bullshit,
sodomizing
bullshit,
her
bullshit. And how
alongside
about
of
Richard
her husband,
Ramirez?
whom he had already
Fun
murdered.
fact about Richard Ramirez.
These are
also.
things
Richard
that were
Ramirez
done
once said that
as a
when
result,
he was
I
fucking
believe,
buried,
of
he
getting
wanted to have his
involved in
hands behind his
Satanism.
head and
The
sunglasses
real
on.
Satanists, the
So
hardcore
when,
Satanists,
he
are
decayed,
involved in
he'd be
criminal
the cool
activity,
skeleton in the graveyard.
and for that reason, they are going to try and look
And that's
as
something he
normal
actually
as
said.
possible, the better to be able to deceive you. They're doctors, they're lawyers, they're teachers, they're oftentimes people who are in positions of great
He said
influence
that. He
over
did.
small
You
children.
can look it up. He actually said that. Whoa.
In a recent letter to syndicated
Dude, every
advice
time they close the
columnists
fucking
and
door, we're like,
lenders,
whoa.
a concerned parent
It's like,
wrote of a
holy
fourth
shit, they
grade
closed their
teacher
CGI
who had
door.
asked her students to write a short
Could this
essay
even count
on
as
what
CGI?
they would
This
most
is like
like
clip
to
art.
do
This is
to
like
celebrate
.png
Halloween.
type fucking shit.
80% of her 9-year-olds expressed the wish to kill somebody.
Holy
It
shit,
is easy to
80%
see
of
how
9-year-olds
Halloween's
express the will
ambiance
to
can
kill
promote
somebody?
an unhealthy desire for violence.
What is
All
that
of today's
citation being
seemingly
based on?
innocent Halloween customs and symbols have their origins in the ancient Celtic Day of the Dead. For example, the practice of trick or treat is from Celtic tradition, where people gave food in return for blessings from spirits of the dead. Failure to supply treats would
What's
result
wrong
in
with that
demonic
exactly?
retaliation. Jack-o'-lanterns grew out of the Celtic tradition of carving the faces of demonic spirits on turnips and later on pumpkins. The World Book
Why do
Encyclopedia
they
says
do
the
it then,
apparently
though?
harmless lighted pumpkin face of the jack-o'-lantern is actually an ancient symbol of a damned soul. Candlelit pumpkins, or skulls, at a home signified that the occupants were sympathetic to Satan and would therefore receive mercy by spirits and trick-or-treaters on their Halloween rounds.
Citation
Perhaps the most sickening
needed,
of all Druidic
bro.
New Year practices were the
Citation
human
needed.
sacrifices which occurred at midnight. Adults and children alike would be thrown into huge fires while the celebrants danced around them in demonic fits of abandon. By morning's light, only ashes and bones would
Yeah,
remain.
I also saw from dusk
These were
till
called
dawn.
bonfires,
Okay.
which is where we get the tradition of bonfires today. The Druids believed
bonfires
that
are
black
satanic
cats were
now too?
reincarnations
Gotcha.
of the evil
Okay,
dead
so,
and were
like,
possessed
alright,
with supernatural power and
You go
knowledge.
you have your nice little
Bobbing for
campfire,
apples was
it's
part of the
actually
Druidic
satanic,
New
and
Year
they actually
sexual
used to
divination
burn
ceremony
their
of fertility.
mothers, their fathers, their
The
brothers,
broomstick
and their
and witches'
sisters
hats
in the
were
fire
originally
until there's
considered
nothing
phallic
but
symbols.
ash and bone.
When used in the rituals of witchcraft, these objects
Fuck you,
supposedly
dude.
transform
Now I
the
can't
sexual
fucking
energy
roast a couple
released during orgasm
marshmallows
into
because it's
psychic energy.
satanic.
I can't
By
roast a couple
understanding the
marks 'cause
pagan
I have the
origins of Halloween,
marshmallows in the
we can no
carriage.
longer claim ignorance. As parents, we are called to a sense of responsibility and must decide whether to allow our children to participate in occultic celebrations which glorify the powers of darkness.
Deuteronomy chapter 18 spells out God's position concerning man's participation in divination,
really
sorcery, or communicating
Deuteronomy
with the dead.
has some of the craziest
Verse
fucking
12
shit
states that whoever
ever,
does
and
these
some of the
things is
craziest
detestable
laws
to
that
the
this
Lord.
motherfucker probably doesn't
By
even
participating
follow.
in the
Like, I think
customs
it's
of
in Deuteronomy
Halloween,
where
whether in
it's a
fun
sin
or
to wear two
ignorance,
separate
we are
fabrics.
continuing
And I'm
in
sorry, but I don't think that
practices
shirt,
which have
that
been
tie, and that
consecrated to
jacket are
Satan.
worn of the same exact
People who
fucking
love the
fabrics.
Lord should stand for separation
that
from
cotton
these
tie,
things
or that's
and not
like
compromise.
fucking not silk, but
Christians
the other
can gather
tie,
together at
and then
Halloween
the
and
shirt,
use the night to educate themselves
corduroy
to the
jacket.
dangers of paganism and to take the opportunity to
I-
pray
I'm
and
not
wage
fashionista.
spiritual warfare
I'm
against
sorry
the
that I'm
powers
not on
of
the
darkness
runway
in their
with Kanye.
community.
I'm a Maxton.
It can be combined with
Dude,
a
I'm
time
a
of
Maxton
worship, praise,
Paxton.
and thanksgiving to our Heavenly Father for victory
You know
over
what that is?
Satan,
No.
death, and
That's
hell.
John
Many of the people
Paxton.
appearing on
That's
this
the Maxton
program
Pad.
got involved in the occult because of a desire for divine-like power.
Maxton Paxton.
The source of occult power is Satan.
Oh my
It is
God.
deceptive,
I learned that
exploitive,
on the internet.
and will eventually fail to deliver on its promises. And there is always a hidden and heavy price to pay. The power God offers mankind, on the other hand, stems from a personal caring for that which He created. If you don't know God,
Is
but
there
would
a
like to
personal caring for
experience
that
His
which He created,
life-changing
considering the fact that
power,
He's
then
killed us a
recognize
million
that
times
Jesus
and
Christ wants
subject
to
us
be
to
the
some
Lord
horrible
and
things?
Savior of your life. If you accept the fact that His
They wrote
death
a
and
whole book
resurrection
about
is
it.
payment in full
Yeah,
for
the
all
good
of your
question is
sins,
fucking who wrote
you will
that
have
book?
everlasting life.
Oh, it was a bunch
Within
of people
all
back,
of us, there is a
back
God-shaped
way
vacuum.
years ago with some stories.
Throughout
Who
the
knows
ages,
how
man
old
has
they are? Who
attempted to
knows
fill
how
that
potentially they're
void
fairy
with the
tales?
things
There's
of the
really
world.
no historical evidence.
But it
to
is
suggest
only
Jesus
through a
really existed.
relationship with our Creator that we can be truly satisfied. His Holy Scriptures reveal the
it's
way
been
in which
since
we
the
can be
1800s and
reconciled
stuff,
to
and now,
God,
you know,
and that is through the
we've had
provisions of
kings.
His Son, Jesus Christ.
We've had royalty.
I'm Chuck
Take
Smith.
stuff out of the Bible
And
and
I'm
rewrite it
Carol
for themselves.
Matriciana.
The most popular
Join us
version
again
of the
for
Bible
another
is the
edition
King
of
James
The
Bible.
Pagan Invasion.
King James.
King James.
Yeah, that's the most popular version of the Bible. That's not Saul the Prophet's edited version. The most popular version of the Bible is the King James Bible.
The Pagan Invasion is an explosive
Holy
new
shit, did we
13-part
finish it?
video series providing a thorough behind-the-scenes examination of today's New Age movement and neo-pagan revival. Each superbly produced
What was
volume
I
features
just
rare
talking?
footage from around the world,
Pagan
along with expert analysis
No.
by noted Christian leaders and authors.
I was talking about
For
something
more
else,
information,
too.
contact your local Christian bookstore or call 1-800-828-2290. California residents call 1-800-633-0869.
Fuck. Bullshit. Alright. The first episode of Messed Up,
It was a little messed up.
it was fucked. It sucked. It was probably hilarious. I'll probably listen to it tomorrow and laugh my fucking cock off. But for right now, I'm puking. So, I guess this soundtrack is what we'll end off on. Shit. Oh wait, we're still here. Fuck. We're messed up. Good night, everybody. Yeah,
Get messed up.
our only October episode are probably next year. Great episode. Fuck it. It sucked. Halloween. Happy Halloween. You fucks. This was been messed up. The show where we get messed up and watch messed up shit.
We gotta get all messed up.
So, suck cock and fuck